Hey everybody, I'm Darlene Robbins and I'm the author of Mastering Today, A Journey to Freedom. And I've structured a course program that is based upon the steps that I took to overcome some obstacles in my life to get to where I am today. I am just about to publish a book. I'm an author of a blog and I'm just now starting to publish courses. I get so many emails from people all over the world asking for help in understanding the law of attraction. So that was one of the first courses that I wrote. I think actually the law of attraction encompasses a lot. It really does. It's not just quite as simple as think positive, say you want it, and you'll get it. It's not like that at all. But it does encompass the universal spiritual laws and the universal laws of karma. And the significant thing to work on first is your personal resonance. That encompasses your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. And those are the things that you want to create a higher vibration with, to send that frequency out to the universe so that that universe can bring those frequencies back to you. Subconsciously, we don't even know what we do all day long and the things that we talk about. Just consider how many times a day you complain. You're getting frustrated in the traffic. You're using foul language. It encompasses a lot of things that we just don't realize that we're doing. So if you're serious about this and you really want to change, you have to start looking at yourself and examining yourself. And I always tell everybody, you will not be able to do this until you're willing to be honest with yourself and you're willing to admit the things that you discover and try to change them. And that's the only way any of us grow. If I look at my notes, just bear with me. I have to. Okay, the law of attraction encompasses the universal spiritual laws and the universal laws of karma, but the most significant factor is in regards to the law of attraction is your law of personal resonance. Your personal resonance is the energy or vibration that you are projecting into the world. The vibration is formed by your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Both the logical and emotional parts of the brain need to be in sync to invoke the law of attraction. The law of attraction does not work for 99% of people because they say they are thinking positively, but their unconscious beliefs, habits, and possibly values are not in line with one another. If you want to attract something, you need to be at the same vibrational frequency as what you want. The law of resonance states that anything that is on the same vibrational frequency makes itself known to each other. When we send out signals on a certain frequency through our thoughts and emotions, the universe responds to us with anything and everything that resonates with that frequency. Here is the key. Start recognizing what you're resonating. Are any of your thoughts, comments, and actions resonating doubt, fear, etc.? Think about your day. How many times a day do you complain in the traffic? How many times do you complain about a coworker? On and on. The more you think it, say it, the more you will receive it. The formula is your thoughts plus your emotions equal your attraction. So if your thoughts are you're angry and you're pissed off in the traffic, your emotions are going to be what? They're going to be angry, and you're just going to continue to attract more of it. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard. But I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Traffic is one that's big for me. I live in a tourist area, and it's just crazy. It just gets bogged down, and I can get myself really, really worked up when I get caught in that traffic. But at least now I recognize it, so I can stop it. I'll stop and look at clouds, try to find a better song that can get my mind off of it. Just anything that'll get me out of that frame of mind. But again, the most important thing is I at least recognize it now. I know when I'm doing it, so I know to turn it off. The other reason why so many fail at the law of attraction is because it does require real change in your life. What are the quality of your thoughts? Are they limiting or lacking? Those are questions you need to ask yourself. Do you think and comment more on what you don't have rather than what you desire to have? Do you say things like, oh, I'll never get a Lamborghini because I just won't ever make the money? Well, that is lacking. You got to get that thought out of your head, and you got to quit saying it if you actually want to ever perceive it. So many of us have limiting beliefs and old stories that since we were children, we were told this is who we're going to be, this is how we're going to be, and that it's just embedded in our conscious, and we just don't know how to move past it. Those are the things that have got to change if you want to try to change your life and try to attain more things, do better things, feel more fulfilled, whatever it is that you're desiring in life. This work involves becoming conscious of your thoughts and feelings. Consider changing your perspective about things. When you're feeling stuck, consider changing your perspective, because if you keep looking at it from the same perspective you already have, you're just going to stay stuck. So that's a growth thing. You've got to be willing to ask somebody else. Say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. How would you look at that? Start listening to people. And you'll be surprised when you open yourself up that you'll finally, when you're not able to do that, you're stuck in a limiting belief. For some reason, you're being hard-headed about something, and whatever it is keeping you stuck there. But if you are willing to start talking to other people and getting their opinion, you'd be surprised what kind of light bulbs will go off in your head. It's amazing, really. I can tell you from personal experience, it really, really is amazing. Let's see, where was I? Okay, if you want to attract something, you need to be at the same vibrational frequency as what you want. The law of resonance states that anything that is on the same vibrational frequency makes itself known to each other. When we send out signals on a certain frequency through our thoughts and emotions, the universe responds to us with anything and everything that resonates with that frequency. Here is the key. Start recognizing what you're resonating. Are any of your thoughts, comments, actions resonating doubt, fear, etc.? Think about your day. The other reason why so many fail at the law of attraction is because it does require real change in your life. You need to start looking at the quality of your thoughts, examining them closely. Do you comment more on what you don't have than what you want? This work involves becoming conscious of your thoughts and feelings. Consider changing your perspective. If you are using the word but, you're making excuses. If you are using the word can't, you're dealing with limiting beliefs. Explore your personal resonance. Okay, in exploring this, you have to be willing to be honest with yourself in order to make any effective change. Let's talk about your emotional energy. This is the vibrations of your feelings. This is the most powerful. Your daily feelings broadcast loud and clear who you think you are and the purpose of your life. Your predominant feelings energize the direction of your life. Remember, the starting point of every emotion is thought. The more emotionally charged a memory conditioning is, the more energy it generates. If your predominant emotion is of joy, love, and happiness, this is what will be returned to you. If it is anger, resentment, and unhappiness, this is what you get back. Your thought energy, your cognitive energy. The thoughts rarely stop throughout our waking time. As thoughts are fuel for the emotional energy, they are double in importance. Your life moves in the direction of your most predominant thoughts. The cognitive energy is the reason why it does. For the majority of people, thinking is not an activity they think they can control, but rather something that happens rather than something you decide on. That's important. When you start examining your thoughts, you may be surprised to find out that most of the thoughts center around 3 fears: fear of the future, fear of rejection, and fear of failure. Fear is the killer of achievement. It paralyzes you so that you don't even begin. Think of yourself as unsuccessful, and you will draw failure. Personally, I think society has elevated our level of fear because of media and everyone trying to emulate they have it all. So the continuation of the rat race continues to keep the appearance rather than pursuing your dreams. And then our physical energy. The power of your most predominant thoughts plus the power of your intense emotion equals your physical energy. Together, they make the pulsating vibration that broadcasts your individual signals and determine everything you attract in your life. So changing what you think about, which in turn changes what emotions you attach to situations, will snowball into a change in your overall signal. Let's think about moving forward. Things that you could do. Start by being aware of what you think about during the day and write these down. You will soon find that you have distinct thought patterns and almost pre-recorded reactions and conclusions. Once you have written your thoughts down, the next step is to describe what emotion these thoughts start up in you. That's going to be like examining that you're looking in the mirror and you always call yourself fat. So what is the emotion that's making you do that? Making you look at yourself as fat? That's a part of discovering your limiting beliefs and unconscious patterns that you have that you don't realize. Maybe way back in your childhood somebody put that in your head and you've just buried it so deep that it stays ingrained there, that it keeps you stuck there where you can't pull yourself out and lose the weight. That was just an example. If you find that the emotions are mostly negative, make it your intention to let them go. You see, the minute you start recognizing flaws in thinking, the level of your consciousness starts to increase. So, and it really does, it's quite amazing. As I went through all this, it's just like a pattern. You just do it, you do it because you've just done it so long. But when you start catching yourself doing it and you start changing yourself, it really does start to diminish. It does work. Sometimes you may find that before you know it, the thought has already progressed into an unpleasant emotion. When this happens, just recognize the emotion. Then try to get to the root of the thought that brought it on. This is really working through our issues instead of just masking them and suppressing them, which is what we've been doing for many years. Then go to the thought and release it if it is possible. Replace it with a positive thought instead. I'll do that. I'll just start thinking about something and I'll just say it over and over and over again in my head until the other thought is gone. I've kind of buried it. So to use the law of magnetism through the power of thinking, you first need to become aware of energetic frequencies you are sending out by becoming very aware of your thoughts and feelings. As soon as you feel a negative thought coming on, as soon as you feel a negative emotion towards someone else, you've got to turn it off. You've got to let it go. You can just say, I'm unable to understand where this person's coming from, but I bless them. I wish them the best in the world. And you've got to move past it. You can't hold on to the resentment, anger, bitterment, whatever it is that you're feeling. You've got to let it go. Because as long as you do, that's the frequency you're emitting. And those are the people that are going to keep coming back to you. So you can ask yourself, why do I keep getting these kind of people in my life? Well, that's why. You've got to start sending out different frequencies. I know it may seem difficult, but your perseverance will pay off. Soon you will be projecting the right energy to attract the things you want. Just by changing one predominant negative thought, you will notice a major shift in your energy and power of attraction. Then you can intentionally use the law of magnetism to attract wealth, health, and happiness into your life. Again, I want to stress, it's not magic. It does take a lot of work. It's basically aligning yourself with the universe and the universal spiritual laws. And you need to have an understanding of those in order to help you progress. This is why I did this as a course. The first course I did was understanding the law of attraction by understanding your personal resonance. And I feel like if you start there and you start to recognize that it is your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions that create your frequency that goes out, then you can start recognizing that. And then I'm going to have subsequent classes that are going to go into the spiritual laws, and then I'll go into the laws of karma and how all that affects our personal resonance. And it's just a building block for me to, it's how I did it. It made sense. I'm a high school graduate. I don't have a college degree, and I consider myself an average person in the world, and I'm trying to improve my life, live better, and I had to eliminate the outside noise, and this is how it worked for me, so I'm going to share it with you. And I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can because I know how overwhelming it is when you first start, but I think that's so much of the problem that everybody, they buy this book, they buy that book, and it's just all coming at you, but it's too much because you don't know what you're doing. And again, I want to tell you, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I still have so much to learn, but I'm willing to learn it, and I trust it, and I have faith in it. And I do want to encourage you not to think that it's magic, but it will transform your whole life. Your whole inner peace will be just so much nicer, and you'll start enjoying your life. Okay, so that was an explanation of this course, and I look forward to talking to you too soon in the future. Have a beautiful day.